everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim and I'm bringing you a very long overdue book haul that I did in the months of May, June, and July. So this is all of the books. There are a few that I've already read and you've already seen on my channel. I did not include that in this video, but these are all the books that I did purchase and I still need to read as they are now also on my TBR shelf, ready to be read. Alright, so the first one, this is Graceling by Kristen Cashore, I believe. And this is the start of a series, so let's quickly dive in to see what it is about. In a world where people born with an extreme skill called a grace are feared and exploited, Katsa carries the burden of a skill even she despises, the grace of killing. She lives under the command of her uncle Randa, king of the Midlands, and is expected to execute his dirty work, punishing and torturing anyone who despises them. Then she meets Prince Ho. He has been graced with combat skills, and together they are striving, it looks like, to take over or rescue the kingdom, as that sort of thing. So that is what Graceling is about. I did start it like a while back. I only read the first chapter, so I still need to dive into it and give it more love. Okay, the second book that I got, I think is a part of the series, but I don't think these are connected other than by the detective. I think, don't quote me on that. If you know more, you can leave me that down in the comments. This is Look For Me by Lisa Gardner. So a thriller mystery style of book. Is she the perfect daughter or is she the perfect suspect? What a way to introduce this. So this is taking place in Boston. Their family was viciously gunned down in their home and their daughter, 16-year-old daughter, is missing. So the detective, Dee Dee Warren, she's on the case to try to solve what happened to the family. Is the 16-year-old involved or is she another victim? So that is what this one is about. If you've been on my channel, you know this is a highly anticipated read. This is the third book in the Ember in the Ashes novel. So this is the third book. It's A Reaper at the Gates. So again, it's following Helene Aquila. She is the bloodstrike for the Emperor Marcus. He is still incredibly unstable and violent. She's also still in combat or in conflict with the commandant. It looks like Leia is still on the quest to stop the Nightbringer and bring down the Marshals. Elias is still bound up with the Soul Catcher. So that is kind of what this one is about. It's still their quest of freeing the scholars. Trying to resolve the issues between Helene or Hel and Elias, and then Marcus in the commandant. So looking forward to it. Again, I'm not reading word for word about these books from their synopsis because we got a lot to go through and that would be a forever long video. Alright, so this is Rhapsodic. Make a Deal If You Dare, and I think I saw this either on Bookstagram or I think that's where I saw this one. The cover drew me in. Yes, and then I read the synopsis online and thought I would like to pick that up. Again, it is the start of a series. So this follows Calypso Lilas, who is a siren. She's again bringing in her IOUs for favors she's received. Only a death or repayment will fulfill the obligations. So she's asking for a favor or bringing them in to the bargainer, who is a fae, I believe, and he wants to keep her. He missed out on that opportunity before. To rekindle that romance in the other world, but the fae, there are some fae people, the women are being taken and he needs her help to solve this mystery. What's going on with that? So, sounded interesting, would like to check it out. An Unkindness of the Magicians, this one I saw about a year ago or so, maybe longer, from Murphy Napier on her channel. She raved about this book, so I decided to finally pick it up. So this is dealing with the unseen world of the wealthy and the literally powerful magicians in the New York City that prides itself on staying invisible. About 20 years, they are vying for power. During the turning, that's when apparently they can, a different group can take over. It's come early, after only 13 years. Ian is the heir to the most powerful house, who is elected to become the champion for his father's rival of House Prospero. Sydney, she is an unknown magician for a candidate house, an outsider who's dismissed because she doesn't have the wealth of power of the unseen world. So again, it's a rivalry going on between different houses to take control for 20 years or thereabouts before the turning happens again. So interesting about that whole magic system. This one, I saw the cover and yeah, this just drew me in. Oh my God. Just look at it. Look at it. So again, the cover was the very first thing. It was eye-catching, the color scheme, just everything about it. You got the yin and the yang almost. You got winter, it looks like spring and fall. So this is Snow Like Ashes. This is by Sarah Rosh. So again, 16 years ago, the kingdom of winter was conquered and its citizens enslaved. They are without magic or monarch. They hope for freedom and 8 survivors to escape to bring them freedom, to get their magic back. Orphaned as an infant during winter's defeat, Mira has lived her whole life as a refugee. Training to be a warrior, desperate for love. She's in love basically with her best friend and the future king. So again, it's like a displaced princess trying to save the kingdom, has a romance, yes. All the things that I seem to enjoy. So the next one, this is by a thread. Again, this is the Elemental Assassin series, still following Jen Blanco. Again, she's trying to retire as being an assassin, but it just does not seem to be working out for her. So yeah, after her last battle, she is now thinking she's going to be able to retire, but of course everybody in the underworld is now wanting to take her out and take her place and take the place of Matt Monroe and take over her power over the city. So again, this just follows and continues her journey as trying to be a retired assassin, but also helping those in need. So that is, I believe, book 6 out of the series. Okay, again, another first book. I love the image of a very powerful woman as your main character. Gorgeous cover. Again, it drew me in. I believe I also saw this on Bookstagram as well. A lot of these came from that. And if also not from, possibly also from Goodreads. On my home screen, I scroll through and see what others have been reading, and if it interests me, I'll look at it. Yeah. Alright, so this one is The Kiss of Deception. This is by Mary E. Pearson. So this one starts off the very first line. She flees on her wedding day. What a start to this book. This person, she is Princess Leia. She steals documents from the Chancellor's secret collection. She's a 17-year-old, so this is probably going to be around the young adult. She's the first daughter of the House of Morgan. The Kingdom of Morgan is steeped in tradition and stories of a bygone world, but Leia can't abide some of those traditions, like marrying someone she's never met for a political alliance. She's ready for a new life. She escapes to a distant village, and she settles among the common folk. Again, deception swirls. She finds herself in trouble of unlocking perilous secrets. So we got secrets, fleeing destiny, draws her back in, all that good stuff. So it sounds great. Can't wait to dive into that one. This one, again, I'm loving the cover of it. It kind of drew me in. This is The Prince of Thorns by Mark Lawrence. Again, the start of a series, of course, as if I don't have plenty of series going on. Let's start some more. So again, this is a privileged royal child, George Encraft. has become the Prince of Thorns, a charming, immoral boy leading a grim band of outlaws in a series of raids and atrocities. The world is in chaos. He has the ability to master the living and the dead, but there is still one thing that puts a chill in him. He returns to his father's castle. He must confront the horrors from his childhood and trying to carve out a future for himself. So again, this almost sounds like kind of a Destiny style, but almost on the grim dark type of thing, where he's not sounding like he's the greatest of people. He has these weird, this magic over the living and the dead. So we shall see how this quest happens. Again, I like a good quest, Destiny style books. Okay, the next one. This is the second book in the Witchlands, the Witchlands series by Susan Dennard. This is Wind Witch. This is, again, looks like it's following Prince Merrick, that people believe he is finally dead. He is scarred but alive from what it's looking like. He's determined to prove his sister is she's treacherous, getting the country into more trouble than it's needing to be. There's a whisper of a demigod, the Fury, to bring justice to those who are oppressed, which is what New Brevna is. They're being oppressed by all of the other nations around them. The Blood Witch and Inuin, he's still on the bounty for Isolt, and also he's in conflict of whether he is still going to protect Safi or not. Because of his oaths, does he follow in his father's footsteps, or does he do what his vows for the Karawan monks? So this is continuing that. I can't wait to see what goes on, because it kind of left us in this awkward position with Safi being taken by another country. I don't remember the name, by the princess in their final destination battle. That was very, very intriguing, so I can't wait to dive into this one. I think these last three are what I just got when I went to Noonan, to Barnes & Noble with my best friend. So this is the Three Dark Crowns. Again, the cover drew me in, and then the back sold me. So covers first, and then it usually, if the back drives it home, and then I will pick it up. So gotta have some interest other than a beautiful cover. So it says, in every generation on the island of Finburn, a set of triplets is born. 3 queens, all equal heirs to the crown, and each possessor of a coveted magic. Mirabelle, she has power over flame, fire, basic fire, and storms. Catherine, she's a poisoner, so she can ingest and not be killed. And then Erisno, she's a naturalist, have to have the ability to bloom flowers and control fierce lions, so growing things, so earth and fierce beasts. But they have to battle each other to determine who will be queen. And then this is not just a defeat and it's over, it's to the death. So, family drama! So yeah, see who is going to win the crown. So I believe this is also the start of a series, is the Three Dark Crowns series. So this is the book 1. Can't wait to get into some of these books. This is a horror book. This is The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher. Alright, so the mouse's dad asked her to clean out her dead grandmother's house. She says yes. How bad could it be? Pretty darn bad. The grandmother was a hoarder. She stumbles across her step-grandfather's journal, which at first seems to be the ravings of a broken mind. And then she encounters terrifying things he described herself. Alone in the woods with her dog, Mouse is confronted with a series of impossible terrors. Love me some horror. I'm finding some really good books here recently. And then the last book, finally, the last book that I did pick up, this is the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. Who did I watch off of BookTube? Leslie from The Nerdy Narrative. That's who it was. I know it was someone I recently watched. So she raved about the series. She really enjoyed it. Again, it's Every age must come to an end is kind of what's on there as well. So this one simply states, it's fairly short, it starts with a great red rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blots out the sun. It starts with death, with a murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal, a long dormant wounds rising up to fester. This is the stillness, a land familiar with catastrophe, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon, and where there is no mercy. So that is kind of what it states on the back. Again, I believe it's a trilogy, so I can't wait to dive in and see what I think about it. I got so many good books. I've read quite a few of them already. These are the ones that I still have left. Again, this is from May, June, and July, all the books that I've purchased, either from the thrift store, Amazon, or like the last 3 was from Barnes & Noble. Okay, if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me comments down below if you've read any of these. Which one would you start with first? What was your favorite? What was your least favorite? Any of those types of things, or other comments that you have about the books. But anyways, subscribe if you haven't already. And until my next video, I hope you have a good one. Bye, guys.